Hi everyone, welcome to LSAF YouTube channel. This is our first content. So today we are going to interview our dearest teacher, Sir Viraj. But let me introduce myself. My name is Yashna and I'm a student and digital ambassador in LSAF. And today I'm not going to interview alone, obviously. I'm going to have my friend with me. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm RJ. I am also a LSAF student ambassador. And as Yasha said, today we are going to be discussing about the classes during pandemic season.
Okay, so
Uh,
without further ado, I think we're just gonna invite Sir Viraj. Hi, sir.
Hi, Yashna RJ. It's been a while.
I know, right?
Yes,
It's been a
sir.
while
How
to
are you
meet you
guys
there.
doing?
We're doing okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yeah.
How about you, sir? I mean, it's
Yeah.
your first
Doing
time here.
alright.
Maybe you should also introduce yourself.
Sure. I think first I must say that it's an honor for me to be the first guest. And I hope that in the next episodes as well, we'll be hearing from more and more people.
We'll do.
Yeah.
Sure.
But just as an introduction, my name is Viraj. For those of you who have not seen me or have not heard about me before, I am a lecturer in LSAF, specializing in reporting papers. I think Yashna and RJ later can speak more about that.
Yeah.
But I used to be a student before I started lecturing on CA subject. So it's been a journey, but I'm glad that I could encounter you guys through this journey as well.
Yes, you know what, guys? Sir Viraj taught me financial accounting, business, and technology for the first time. I think it was back in 2016. Flashback a moment there. But I know Sir Viraj before LSAF itself. So, but I think RJ knows Sir Viraj in LSAF, right?
Yes,
So, what
during-
is your first impression of him?
Yeah, well, my first interaction with Sir Viraj was actually during my financial accounting lessons, sir. And my first impressions for you were pretty positive, to be honest. Like, I like how you finished classes much later than usual because you had so much to talk about, so much to teach us, and examples you've given us, yo.
But okay, that's interesting. What about you, sir? Do you have any first impression of both of us?
Yeah, sir.
You know, Yashna, I remember when you joined, it was, I think, the biggest class that I was handling.
That
I
is
remember there were
true.
around 20 something
It
people.
was so
and
crowded.
so
Yeah.
many characters in one class. But I think overall you because I knew you before as well, and
Yeah,
I knew
that's
you were a friendly person. You could easily connect with
Mhm.
people, so that's why I think it was easy for you as well to mingle along class. RJ, I remember seeing you in the so-called IGCSE room. If you
Yeah.
remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
IGCSE
And I think
class.
from that day itself, I knew that you were a gamer. You were joyful,
Oh, wow.
and I think you could mingle along with everyone. I remember that was a fun class on Fridays to be there.
Yeah, wow. Surprised you remembered those. Yeah.
Thank you. That was nice.
Thank you, sir. Anyways, Sir Viraj, you used to be a student, right? And now you're a lecturer. So tell us more about how Sir Manish, our owner of LSAF, how he approached you to become a lecturer.
I
How
think
was
that's
that?
an interesting question, and I don't know if many people know that about me. But you guys are correct. I used to study before in LSAF as well. However, when I finished my first 9 modules, so this was, I remember the last paper I did was audit in March, and after that, Sir Manish approached me and said that, I see that you have a passion to teach. And why was that? Because when I was in his class as well, and we used to have groups, he used to entrust me as well to mentor some of them. So
Oh,
so I
okay.
don't know if you guys know this, but the first 1 or 2 months, I was actually in his class assisting Sir Manish. So I remember this was back then it was F7 financial reporting. So there used to be 2 lectures in one class. So
Yeah, I think I remember
that
about
went
that.
on for a few months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until I was comfortable, and then after that I started on my own. Yeah. So that has been a journey from 2016. Probably
16.
2016.
Yeah.
It is not a path that you see very often for an accounting graduate to directly jump into education. Was a bold move, but it was a worth it move, I must say. I must say that the short age group gap. So what happens is I connect on more recent topics with people. So you can talk to me about economics. You can talk to me about Kanye West. You can talk to me about soccer. You can talk to me about anything in general, and I'll be able to connect. But I'll tell you what is awkward though. Meeting. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. Going to a concert and meeting a student there. That
That's
that
happened before.
That
that has
happened.
happened like
Wow,
twice or three times, and
wow,
so
must have been real awkward, yeah.
it was awkward. Yeah, but I think after a few times you get used to
In the class, maybe you will ask, "Are you going to this concert tonight?"
it.
So talking about the offline days, you must have a best memory in the offline days.
Remember, sir,
Uh,
in campus back then, we used to always play ping pong together, and you were
Oh,
very good at it. You defeated everyone that went up against you, and you really, sir, you really like gave me the motivation to play more and try to become better at the sport itself. You
yeah,
know?
I remember when we started when the ping pong table first arrived. A lot of times I would beat almost everyone. But then, after a while, I realized with more people practicing, they started beating me. So, how are you guys finding online learning?
um, see, the thing about online learning for myself is a good thing, so that if I have anything to do in the house, I can actually do it, and then after that, if I am not understanding, I can actually watch it again.
Yeah. And how are you guys? If I may ask, what is one of the most memorable lessons you guys have learned, like in this whole pandemic, staying at home?
A
Anything in
life lesson
particular?
or an academic lesson?
Yeah.
Any lesson, any lesson. I
Any
mean,
lesson.
academic is every day, but
Uh, for me, I think we just need to appreciate the little things in life because
Yeah.
we don't know it can be taken away from
yeah,
us anytime. So maybe just the small things in life, just need to appreciate it a bit more, not take it for granted.
just
Yeah.
need to appreciate it.
For me myself, always set an alarm every single day, or else you're gonna miss your class.
Yeah, alarms are
Important.
really
Vital. It's very
essential
vital.
even for me. I have 10 to 12 every day because or else it's just
Yeah.
tough.
So basically, you are also got a chance to teach online learning. In the LSAF, there is an EXP, and I think it's best for you to explain it more rather than me.
I think one thing we sometimes try to avoid is we try to avoid this whole online perspective. Um, because I mean, yes, as much as everyone prefers offline, we have to accept that now that reality is online. For some people, it is studying. For some people, it is starting their first job online. It is for some people the celebration online. So a lot of things have been transformed digitally. And I think EXP is a front runner in all of this. And why do I say that? Because their platform uses artificial intelligence. And based on a student, based on my schedule, based on my calendar, based on the exam date, they can already plan according to me. What do I need to study on Friday? What do I need to practice on Wednesday? Everything is actually set through a system. And they follow a system that is not only recognized or it is not only acceptable in Indonesia, but in so many countries worldwide. So many successful people and even businesses have actually used the EXP platform. And so, one thing about the EXP platform is that it involves flexibility. If I want to learn two topics today, or if I want to go the extra mile, I can do that. And from the beginning into the end, from watching content, through practicing, through mock exams, through live webinars, everything is set accordingly in the XP platform. And I'm glad that we could get this partnership. What I've heard others as well, it saves time for a lot of people. Because like what you guys said, you can learn it prior to class. You can already get a prior understanding. So even for those, who might feel that if I'm fully in class, then I might feel a bit lost here and there. But to get the chance to hear it before entering to class, in my own pace, in my own timing, that is also a wonderful thing, which we appreciate actually from the
Yes.
platform.
So, sir, what are your expectations when you've started online learning for the first time? Like, have you ever maybe caught a student not listening to your lecture, or have you read any
Putting a
interesting direct
song in the
messages?
background,
Any songs in the background? Yeah,
or they are cheating in the
yeah.
exams.
Maybe they got caught cheating. Anything?
I guess on a day-to-day one, the most common would be a dog barking in the background. That is common.
Yeah.
But I've seen some cases in a corporate class where they were scolding a child. So that was a funny one also. Or that is not funny, that's more shocking, I'd say. But overall, I think for me, I prefer teaching online because it is, I mean, there are so many benefits in a sense that we can reach so many people. Considering we are teaching a global qualification, so you could be in Bandung, you could be in Surabaya, you could be in Singapore, you could be in Australia, you could be in UK. I've had people from UK in my class. So these are cases where I think through the internet we have connected a lot of people. Now about cheating, and I think everyone, I wouldn't say everyone, but I would say maybe majority of people have or had considered cheating during their education stage. And just because it is online, I think that it still continues. But how do I know, you might say? It is not
the secret is out.
looking right or looking left, because when we are in a physical room, then it is very, very obvious. But it is more towards your answer sheets. So there are some cases where I would say, I know in general, student A to get perfect, 30 out of 30 marks, 20 out of 20 marks is tough, because even I might not be able to get it at one shot, 30 out of 30 marks. And so when I see that there's so many scripts, and especially when they're essay questions, then wait a minute, this is literally a 99% copy paste. So it's kind of obvious. So that's why, and I think I've been open. I am not a lecturer who likes to hide things. So when I know people cheat, I upfront tell them, in a sense that it is your loss more than anything, because the exams itself are tough. And so if there's not enough efforts from one side, then it is going to be tough. Yeah. But
so it really hinders learning, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah.
So, and the worst part is, I don't know your exact or your true performance. I would prefer a case that, if you don't know, you can be open with me. If you don't understand, you can just be open and bluntly say, I didn't understand a thing you said. I would be okay with that. And so what happens is sometimes their performance might be inflated. And when they get the actual results, it's nothing compared to it. So that is a tough one.
All right, I think that's all the question that we have. And I also know that Sir Viraj also have a question for us.
Of course. Tell me or share to the audience which classes do you find most enjoyable and why?
Remember this one specific class, financial reporting class of 2019 for December exams. That class, that was your class, sir. It was jam-packed with old students who are just taking FR and new students who jump to FR. So it was a mix of a lot of batches, and it was so many personalities and so much stories that happened throughout those classes. And those were one of the classes where you like to stay back a lot. Classes were supposed to end at 4, but you extended for you could extend it to 6 p.m. just to get some lessons through our minds, and it really did help. Almost all of us passed that FR class that time.
That's great to hear. I sometimes wonder, and this is going to be my next question. There are other qualifications, right? If you look right, you look left. There are so many qualifications, but what is your motivation to finish BCCA? Maybe Yashna, you can go first.
I didn't expect myself in the accounting field, as I'm more into the creative. But then, and they explained to me ACCA is actually where you can get a degree from abroad. It's so I was like, I cannot go abroad, but maybe I can study in LSAF and get a degree from abroad, which is a good thing. right now I'm still doing a lot of paper and still pending. But yeah, I believe when God already put me in this place, God is going to help me finish in this also. So yeah, that's my motivation.
That's great to hear.
So this is the end of our interview for today. And I hope you guys like the video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to all your friends, family. And we also have a social media, TikTok, Instagram. Please follow us there to get to connect to us a little bit more further. And if you're not in LSAF, sign up now, because this is the opportunity that can make you go to the global career. So yeah, that's all that I have today. I hope to see you guys next time.
But why can't I see my face in my phone?
Oh my god!
There we go.
There we
Nice.
go.
Tapi, hold on, yeah? Do I? Can you still? Can you?
Yeah.
Can you guys still hear me?
Make a way for it.
Ambil
Yeah.
buku aja.
5 minutes later.
Oh, sorry. That's because my camera is my shoulder.
Let's do a transition. 3, 2, 1.
My internet lag.